These are this afternoon's top stories. New head of forensic unit appointed. Vendors in Guyana present petition to council. And a man dies in North Georgia house explosion. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Today is Monday, the 6th of February 2017. I am Shaira Flanders. Nationally, Naresh Ramnarine, a former law enforcement officer of 26 years in Trinidad and Tobago, now heads the forensic unit in the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force. This was revealed by Prime Minister and Minister of National Security, Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris, during his monthly press conference on Wednesday, February 1st. He welcomed Mr. Ramnarine and noted that he is confident that he will do great work given his level of expertise. Commissioner of Police Ian Quealy shared similar sentiments, noting that Mr. Ramnarine comes with a wealth of experience in the forensic field. He further noted that the force is of the view that his competence will be able to, quote, lead the new thrust that the institution is putting on forensics. Prime Minister Harris also used the occasion to welcome Dr. Neil Shaitan, an international social skills consultant and crime reduction specialist, who is currently in the Federation conducting stakeholder consultations to develop a crime reduction plan. Dr. Harris noted that these persons will be of great help to the government and people of St. Kitts and Nevis, and in particular the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force, as they work together to curb criminal behaviors. Prime Minister Harris said that with this kind of assistance, the aim is to reach out to all to help make St. Kitts and Nevis a better place. The Team Unity government continues to hold itself accountable to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis as the Good Governance and Accountability for Prosperity public forums move to constituency number 1 this week. The third in the series of town hall-styled meetings will be held at the Newtown Community Center on Tuesday, February 7th, starting at 7:30 p.m. Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris is expected to lead members of the cabinet, including Parliamentary Representative for Constituency 1 and Minister of Public Infrastructure et al., the Honorable Ian Patches Liburd. Also expected to make presentations at Tuesday's forum are Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, the Honorable Vincent Byron, and Minister of Foreign Affairs and Aviation, the Honorable Mark Brantley. As part of its celebrations for the second anniversary in government, the Government of National Unity will roll out 5 additional mobile applications or apps which form part of its e-government services. This was disclosed by Chairperson of the Organizing Committee for the second anniversary celebrations, His Excellency Ambassador Sidney Osborne. The apps include a Consumer Affairs app, SKNIS or St. Kitts and Nevis Information Service app, Crime Prevention app, a Government Directory app, and an Events app. While a guest on the weekly government radio show Working For You on Wednesday, February 1st, Ambassador Osborne gave a bird's eye view of the 5 mobile apps offering citizens services. He said the SKNIS app will offer information regarding government publications. This app also includes the SKNIS social media outlets and other useful information from the department. Ambassador Osborne also noted that the Consumer Affairs app will provide information pertaining to where consumers can get the best prices on food items. The Crime Prevention app provides members of the public an opportunity to report on potential and criminal activities and also to get crime prevention tips. The other 2 apps are a Directory app which offers information on all government departments, and an Events app will provide information on government-supported events such as the St. Kitts Music Festival. The apps will be launched on Wednesday, February 15th at a venue to be determined as part of the government's second anniversary celebrations. The apps will be available for download free on Google Play.
Introducing the all-new ZIZ mobile app, the newest way to get the latest on what's happening locally, regionally, and internationally. Say goodbye to newspaper clutter and hello to updated classifieds on our radio market. Whether it's streaming your favorite local TV or radio show, or catching up on memorable moments in sports and entertainment, the ZIZ mobile app offers this and so much more. Always on the go? Get the ZIZ mobile app today. Visit the App Store on your smartphones and tablets to download the app free of cost. ZIZ Online, reaching you wherever you are.
Moving on to news on the regional scene in Guyana, vendors have been given 6 months grace period to relocate or face permanent displacement, according to the council. HGP's Javon Vickery has the details on that story.
Mayor of Georgetown, Patricia Chase Green, explained that after a special committee took a decision to remove vendors, mostly single mothers, from the Merriman's Mall, a petition by those persons were submitted to her office. The mayor said that when the petition was presented to the council for the reconsideration of the eviction order, the body upheld their decision to have the vendors removed. Earlier this year, the group of vendors submitted another petition to the council, and at that time, the special committee gave the vendors 6 months to get their act together.
So it's something in progress. It is not written in stone. It was a council decision, yes, but it's not written in stone. We can go back to the council sometime within the 6 months, seeing what is going on there. Let us look and see what is happening. So far, I can say the place is in a much better condition than it was before, and you all can see that is evident. And so let us see how they continue to operate there.
Mayor Chase Green expects the vendors to uphold their end of the bargain by paying their weekly fees and keeping the environment clean.
They're all single women. They came to me with their children, and as a woman, I have to look out. While I have a statutory obligation, I also have a social obligation to women. And if we want to empower women, and these women were trained to do the work, we still have to find a way to assist them to prend their trade. Bearing in mind, there are those who have been renting stations who are objecting to their presence there. Because they say, look, I'm paying rent, why can't they go and pay rent? And they're only paying $1,000 a week. So there's all those things that we have to look at.
The vendors have also submitted a plan for the construction of a complex where they can ply their trade. The mayor said that the vendors also sought assistance from the Ministry of Business. Javon Vickery, HGP Nightly News.
Still in Guyana, the Special Organized Crime Unit has begun field operations in its quest to investigate alleged fraud in the Guyana Rice Development Board's vicinity. Royston Jakes has the details.
The Special Organized Crime Unit, along with members of the Guyana Police Force, this morning swooped down on the Guyana Rice Development Board's office in Kingston in search of evidence relating to financial crimes. The search was led by Head of SOCU, Sidney James, and British Advisor to SOCU, Dr. Sam Sittington. The exercise comes on the heels of revelations of an audited report which was handed over to the police. The audit report revealed that $100 million was allegedly loaned to the General Secretary of the Guyana Rice Development Board to pay rice farmers. It was further revealed that a portion of the US $500 million from the Petro-Caribbean deal with Venezuela is also missing.
This is as a result of one of the audits of the Guyana Rice Development Board, and it's important to take action quickly to gather the documentation that's needed for evidence in cases of accountability, false accounting, money laundering, tax evasion, theft. So that's exactly what SOCU are doing, and that's what my advice is, that they should gather the information, gather the evidence, and prepare the case for court.
Dr. Setlington was not too bothered about the removal or destruction of paperwork from the building.
Well, there's an audit trail for everything. There may be documents missing, but you still have an audit trail in terms of financial transactions. There should be projects ongoing. There should be document relating to requirements for their own auditing. They have their own internal auditors and they have an external audit. So there has to be information there to do that. And they're obliged to keep that information for those audits. No doubt there will be things missing, but it's up to SOCU then to try and put together the jigsaw and make a complete picture.
Head of SOCU, Sidney James, said the investigation has started and no one was arrested.
As Dr. Sitlington would have said, we are conducting a search to unearth further evidence in relation, in addition to what would have been discovered by the forensic auditor, sir.
Have you found anything?
I won't wish to comment on that, sir.
Some staff members were denied entry to the building, while those inside were not permitted to come out as the investigation was in progress. While the search was ongoing at the Guyana Rice Development Board, SOCU officers also visited the Ministry of Agriculture to conduct additional searches and to reportedly seize a vehicle that is allegedly part of the probe. The vehicle is driven by a senior financial officer at the Ministry of Agriculture, who allegedly has ties to the PPP. When contacted, the woman said she knew nothing of the search or that the police were looking for her. Reporting for Capital News, Royston Drex.
On to news on the international scene. Police in North Georgia, USA are investigating a massive explosion that left one man dead over the weekend. Here's more.
A powerful explosion has destroyed a home in Georgia, USA. One person inside the house was killed, and the blast was felt by people living miles away. Investigators were unable to quickly determine what triggered the blast that shattered windows of nearby houses. In this footage, bits of wood, concrete blocks and other debris can be seen strewn over a large area. White Country Sheriff Neil Walden said the house was just blown all to pieces, adding there was nothing but the foundation there. The sheriff confirmed the explosion killed one person inside the home, but said there were no other injuries.
A publisher in Istanbul says traditional bookstores have become a rare sight in Istanbul's historic Kagalugulu district because of rapidly rising rent. More in this report.
Mehmet Varış has been a publisher and distributor for about 3 decades. His firm has published nearly 800 books. But the bookstore where Mehmet used to host big names from the world of Turkish intellectuals, writers and journalists recently closed its doors for good. He says rising costs and high rent in Istanbul's historic Cağaloğlu district drove him out.
Ankara is the capital of the country, but Istanbul the capital of culture for more than 1,000 years. Publishers should stay here in the historical peninsula. In every corner you can see a mosque or an old school or a fountain from our history. It makes us feel good.
Many of Mehmet's colleagues have signed up to an initiative to relocate to the suburbs. A project that will bring together 750 companies on a 4 million square meter area outside the city is now on the table. It's headed by the Istanbul Chamber of Commerce.
With the proposed facilities of museums, libraries, entertainment areas, we will create the same spirit this area used to have before. As the sector grew steadily, the publishing companies demanded this project.
While the debates continue over where the publishers should be located, the problem many traditional bookstores like these face is that Turks have stopped reading books. The International Publishers Agency says that Turkey has the 11th largest publishing industry in the world, but as far as the reading habits go, Turks read just 1 book in every 10 years. In contrast, Japanese read 25 books a year and Swiss read 10. Nevertheless, many here say they want the publishers stay in the city district.
We have everything at our fingertips here. Also, the atmosphere is unique. Many universities are close to here. Time is short. Who would go to a place far from the city centre when you need a book?
It seems to be a big challenge for Turkish publishers like Mehmet to find a balance between their financial needs and their readers' wills. And it's not clear yet if the move to the suburbs will help their industry or bring about an end to hundreds of years of tradition. Sinem Köseoğlu, Al Jazeera, Istanbul.
And now for the weather. Present weather is partly cloudy. Winds are moderate from the northeast at 16 miles per hour. Seas are moderate to locally rough with heights up to 8 feet. A small craft warning remains in effect, especially for the coastal waters east of the islands. Sea bathers are asked to exercise caution. The weather forecast predicts partly cloudy skies with a chance of brief passing showers. Tonight will be partly cloudy with brief periods of increased cloudiness and a moderate chance of brief showers. Sunset today will be at 6:09 p.m. and sunrise tomorrow will be at 6:40 a.m. That brings us to the end of the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am Shaira Flanders. Have a good one.